Superman director James Gunn is setting the record straight on rumors the studio is unhappy with the trailer. Now, this is coming from Josh Wilding and Comic Book Movie, and I actually reported on this yesterday on yesterday's Blerd Breakdown. Yesterday, writer-columnist, filmmaker Dan Marcus claimed to have learned that there's an enormous pressure from Warner Brothers for the Superman teaser trailer to be received well. He claimed that multiple versions have been presented to the studio only for them to be left wanting more. Pushed for clarification, he claimed that the trailer editor showed a cut to Michael DeLuca from Warner Brothers for approval, and he was met with "make it better." Anyone who knows anything about how marketing campaigns like this work will be aware that it's perfectly normal for a studio to create several cuts of a trailer. Some will be more spoily than others, for example, and each will have a different look and feel as executives attempt to figure out how best to promote an upcoming blockbuster. DC Studios co-CEO and Superman writer/director James Gunn was asked about the rumor on Threads, and after acknowledging that it's sort of true, he explained just how off-base this rumor is. In fairness, Marcus told his followers to take what he was saying with a grain of salt and said it was just what I've heard. When he says studio, that's solely me. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at it. There's a Dan Marcus quote, and then this person says, "Hey James, is there any truth to this rumor?" And James Gunn says, "Well, sort of, but when he says studio, that's solely me. As the only studio involved in cutting or anything to do with the trailer's DC Studios, i.e. me and Peter, and I'm the creatively demanding one, this is the exact same rigorous process I've gone through cutting every Guardians trailer, pushing the marketing folks as hard as I can, and cutting and recutting until I think we have something worthy of the film itself. All that said, my notes are a lot more specific than make it better." Someone says, "Make it way better? Why half measures? Way better." Somebody then follows up, "Do you guys already have your posters that you know are going to be the official ones you're going to release for the film, or is that decided till later? I imagine there's been ideas and concepts thrown around for a while, but I wonder if you have anything concrete ready to go." "Some are done, yes," said Gunn. Based on the filmmaker's comments, it's fair to say Marcus either got the wrong end of the stick or was making an educated guess. As Gunn has repeatedly said, DC Studios is its own entity. The source of this rumor also incorrectly stated that they have no marketing team, so any suggestion that there's unhappiness from the studio is, well, nonsense. You can read Gunn's comments along with an update on the plans for the Superman posters in the Threads post I just showed you. All right. Look, man, I want to say that I said rumors and allegedly yesterday, and again, I was just reading the story that was on there, but, I do want to apologize for anybody that may have felt misled. I do appreciate the clarification from James Gunn about what's going on here. I find it very funny because we were talking about this on Capes and Cows, this idea of we are living in this, society now where rumors of things, whether it be movies, TV shows, sports, music, politics, whatever, kind of takes the cake on here. And mind you, there's some stuff that I'm going to cover in a second that is also kind of in that realm. But the reason why is people really care about this stuff. They care about their teams. They care about the art, the music they listen to, the movies and shows they watch. People want to know about this stuff, and we live in as soon as somebody hears it, you say it. I think what's important, though, is to just really make sure that you're putting forth the idea, rumor has it, allegedly, word on the street, not to be like, this is what's happening one way or the other. I said that yesterday with it, that if there is really an issue with the trailer because of what Superman means to Warner Brothers, I am insanely nervous, but I followed it up with saying I trust James Gunn. And so that being said, I again trust James Gunn, and I think that the biggest thing, you can have your reservations one way or the other, but you gotta hang in there for any of these projects until we actually see what they are. Until we see what's going on with Brave New World or with this or anything else, we kind of have to hold our judgment there. It doesn't mean I'm not scared or nervous, but I got to understand. I think the main thing, I've said this a couple times before, my first tattoo is of the Triforce, but it is not fully filled in. It's pixelated, and each of them kind of look like Wind Waker for those that have played it, where it's chunks of each of the Triforces. It was just Courage in the game, but I have it of all three. For me, it's supposed to be a symbol for the Serenity Prayer. For those that aren't familiar with the Serenity Prayer, it goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I am not an alcoholic. I've never been in AA or anything like that, but I have heard that prayer before from folks in my life that are, and I always thought that it was such a wise thought process to have, to acknowledge the things you cannot change. I can't do anything to change Superman. I can't do anything to change Brave New World. There are pieces of media that are important to me and I hope are very, very good, but I can't do anything about it. So I can express my opinion, I can feel some type of way about it, and then I got to keep it pushing. And that's really what it feels like with this. Again, I hear these things because what I do with this show and on Capes and Cows, I'm going to give my opinion of what I think on it. But I'm not going to stress out about it. It's not my job to stress out about it. That's on James Gunn. That's on that cast and that crew to stress out and make it the best thing that they possibly could. What's on me is to bring you the best show I can here, to do my best work when I'm out there acting, to do my best work as a writer, as a comedian. Those are the things to worry about one way or the other. So again, like I said, am I nervous? Yes, I am. But I can't do anything about it. So I just have to have the serenity to accept that. Period. And so until then, I trust James Gunn. I will wait and see what happens. I apologize for even bringing this nonsense up in the first place, but it was something to report because it's being talked about. So there you have it. Tell me what you think down in the comments, man, about the whole rumor mill side of the world now and how things go. If hearing that from Gunn puts you at ease, you go, nah, man, that's the problem with having somebody at the tippity top doing all the things. They might think their shit don't stink. Let me know what you think down in the comments.